Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to Thursday's lesson. Give me a hi, give me a wave. Let me see that you're listening and you can see me and you can hear me and you can see and hear Rex as well. He's here to help us with our maths. So lovely to see you. We are continuing to teach through the Easter break. So please do make sure that you keep joining us and joining in, because I am so happy to be working with you all when I'm working from home. And it just makes me feel like I'm speaking and being with loads and loads of people. And we're creating a really, really lovely Bright Idea Education learning community together. Now, I asked you last time if you could recommend to 2 people. And I know that some of you put in the chat, oh, how do I do that? How do I do that? If you could just speak to your grown-ups, your parents, your guardians, your aunts, your uncles, and just say, do you have any phone numbers? Do you have any emails of people who've got children who are in primary school? Please send them the links. Please tell them that their children are enjoying these lessons and it's really interactive and it's a good thing to be part of. Let's see if we can get those numbers up. We're doing really well, but let's see if we can get them up even more. So welcome back, some names that I recognize from previous lessons, and there are some new people joining us. So hello and welcome. Some people I recognize from the lesson this morning. So remember, we have 3 lessons a day. So the first lesson, although it's called Year 1 and 2, forget the names of the year groups. Year 1 and 2, I really explain the beginning of the thinking of some of this formal maths. In the 3 and 4, we build on that and do a little bit more. And in 5 and 6, we do lots of investigation and problem solving. So some people are watching all 3 lessons and joining in all 3 lessons. And that is going to really, really make sure that your maths is spot on, secure, that foundation of a house is not wobbly at all. So please do join all 3 if you want to. It's no problem. In fact, it's fantastic for your maths. Obviously, if you're like really confident and when you join, you think, oh no, it's just too easy, then I don't want you to get bored. Don't worry about it. But actually, please ignore the year groups. You come to the lessons that are good for you. Hey, some nice emojis and some nice thumbs up. Let's make sure you've got some nice ticks to use and some nice happy signs to send me when you're doing well on the problems. So I know that we put in the chat at the beginning. Can you make sure that you've subscribed to our YouTube channel? Make sure that you tick the little bell symbol. Then that means you'll get notifications. So you'll always make sure that you know when the lessons are happening. Even if your grown-ups have missed an email, it will come through and tell them on their YouTube notifications that there's another video coming up. So please do make sure you've subscribed, you've ticked the bell. I mentioned to you, first of all, about our app, which is on both app stores, Apple and Google, Fantastic. It's at the moment suitable for year 4, so it'll be fine for these year groups, year 3 and 4. But actually, we are updating, and very soon when we launch, it's going to be from year 1 to year 6. So please download that. And if you are in year 1, 2, or 5 and 6, then when that new version comes out, it'll automatically update, and you'll have the beginnings and the ends of the program as well that stretches to those year groups. So brilliant. So let us get started. I can see lots of new people are joining. I have a brain teaser for you. So get your paper and pens ready. Make sure you are good to go. I'm going to drop the screen down. I've got some questions here. I'm going to carry on talking to you, but I want you to have a little look at what we have got here. We have got a brain teaser. Now, you do not need to write the questions out. Okay, don't worry about writing the questions out. Just do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, up to number 7. And then you just write the answer. Okay, do the answer in your head and write the answer. So we just had a request to please make a part after the mailroom. We are going to try really hard to do that. At the moment, we're making the mailroom suitable for years 1 to 6, and we are putting some other games as well. But that's a secret, so don't tell anyone. We're making some other games to release. Shh, shh. So we are going to be doing some other things as well. And we're working really hard to try and get those other games out to you as soon as we can. So that's why in the meantime, we're doing these lessons. So we can just keep in touch with you and let you know that we're still working hard. We haven't stopped. We're still trying to get things out as soon as possible. So make sure that you have a go at these brain teasers. Now that weird computer girl is a brain. That, show them Rexy, that is a brain. being used with a computer with the brain showing. So it's just a little bit of a fun picture I put in there. And then we've got a Bright Idea logo as well. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time. You're telling 50 children a secret and expecting to keep it left like a secret. Well, I did use a little bit of a funny voice there. Shh, it's our secret. I do know that you're not going to keep that a secret. And actually, I don't really want you to keep it a secret. I want you to tell as many people as possible. But you heard it here first. Okay, so let's have a little look. We're going to start going through these. Okay, so let's see what you have got for number 1. So what is 500 more than 700? 500 more than 700. Let's have your answers in. Type them in for me. 500 more than 700. So just think about how you can use your number bonds to help you. What is 5 more than 7? Well, it's 12. But I'm dealing with hundreds, so I've got to add 2 more zeros on then. And that will give me an answer of 1200. 500 plus 700 is 1200. Same way as 500 more than 700 is 1200. Just thinking about the maths language we've been talking about. Well done. Super, super, super. Oh, be careful. Somebody's put 1700 in there. Now, the next one we are thinking about, number 2, what is 1000 minus 60? 1000 minus 60. 1000 minus 60. So let's have a look at that. Think about that in your head. Think about the place value. Okay, so we're not going to have 1000 anymore, are we? We're not going to have 1000 anymore. We're going to drop down to the next 100 and then think about your bonds. Ooh, I've got 2 right answers. Now just have a little think. If you are taking away 60, that's not even 100. So we're not going to drop down from 1000 to 400, are we? Okay, we're not even taking 100 away. If we took 100 away from 1000, we would have 900. But we're only taking 60 away. So 940. Okay, 940. Just be careful. Okay, let us know if you need some more work on place value. Okay, we did some place value last time, and we will be revisiting it again. But there's quite a few of you made a little bit of an error there. So just think, 1000. You're only taking away 60. Now 1000 is 10 100s, isn't it? So if you take 100 away, you're left with 9. But you're only taking 60 away. So 940. Okay. What is the sum of 800 and 900? Again, I would think about 8 and 9. I would think about 8 and 9. I know 8 and 9 are 17. And then I would add my 2 zeros on the end. I would scale it up. So 800 plus 900. Oh, well done. We're a bit more confident with those additions. Got a few answers coming in. Well done. 800 and 900 is 1700. 800 and 900 is 1700. Well done. So 8 and 9 is 17, isn't it? But you're doing 800 and 900. So you're a scale up. 2 powers of 10, 2 columns across. Okay, well done. So let's have a look at the next one then. What is the difference between 1200 and 900? You can say 1200 or 1200. What is the difference between 1200 and 900? Okay, so you can think of 1000. One can think of 1200, or you can think of it as 1200. So what's the difference between 1200 and 900? What's the difference between 9 and 3? 12 and 9, sorry. I'll give you the answer there. Okay, So well done. The answer is 300. If I was going to count on from 900 to 1200, it'd be 900, 1000, which is 1000, 1100, 1200, 300s. There are 300 difference between 1200 and 900. There are 300. I know I gave that 3 away. I'm being too helpful. I'm being too helpful. Let's have a look. Which is more, 300 plus 800 or 2000 take away 500? So we have to calculate. We have to calculate them. So 300 plus 800 is that. And then 2000 take away 500 is that. So let's have a little look. Which is more? 800 plus 300 or 2000 take away 500? Well, we can see 2000 take away 500 is 1500. This only comes to 1100. So that is the correct answer. That is more. 2000 take away 500. Well done. Well done. So let's have find the missing numbers. Find the missing number. Is there 1 or 2? Let's have a little look. So we are counting 2203, 2204, 2205, 2207, 2208. So did you notice the missing number? Yes, you did. Easy, easy, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Glad you like my pen. Nice and shiny. That was a present. Okay, well done. Well done, well done. Okay, you found that one easy, didn't you? Now, how about the next sequence? There are 2 missing numbers in the next sequence. What are they? Tell me the 2 missing numbers in the next sequence. The 2 missing numbers in the next sequence. The 2 missing numbers in the next sequence. I'm not worried about typos for words. I am worried about typos for numbers or when you're giving an explanation. 2 missing numbers. Well done, well done. I can see those coming in. Just be careful when you're typing digits in. We've jumped up to 77,000 there. So 7,703, 7,701. Excuse me. You've missed something there. Okay, 707, 7,701, 7,700, 7,698. Excuse me, you've missed a number there. Excuse me, you have missed a number there. So let's put them in. Okay. Well done. Let me know how many you got out of 7. Oh, well, actually, one of them had 2 different answers, but no, that's fine. How many out of 7 did you get? Let me see. Show me, show me, show me. 6, 7, 3, 4. Hopefully not 3 or 4. Show me how many got out of 7. 7 out of 7. Well done. 7 out of 7. Well done. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Easy peasy, you say. Easy peasy. Okay. We're going to get a little bit harder. We're going to get a little bit harder. I'm just getting the next thing out that I've got for you to do. Okay. I want to make sure that we only do one of these at a time. So let me cover up to make sure that you can only see one at a time. I want you to look at these part-whole models for me, and I want you to tell me what is the missing number, okay? Oh, well done, well done. Lots of 7s out of 7s and some nice ticks. Thank you, I like those ticks. So let's just drop down again. There's Rexy, he's sitting with me. Can you see, is the pink text clear? Can you let me know? If it's not, I'll go over it in a different color. It looks really nice and bright to me, but it might not look bright. Can you see that text? Can you see the pink text? Great job, everybody. If you can't see it, I will go over it in a different color. Can you see the text? Not clear. Okay, I'm going to just go over those numbers. Let me just go over them with this pen and see if that makes it clearer. Okay, so I've got to write sort of upside down here. 0, 0, and this is the question mark. Okay, is that better? Is that better? If not, I'll just move on to another one that's got a darker color pen, and we won't do this one. Okay, I don't think that's very clear, so I'm going to move down to, let's have a look. Let's go over to this one here. This should be clear. Let's go over to this one here. That should be nice and clear. Yes, I can see that is. Okay, what is the missing number there? You can see the parts. What is the whole? What is the whole there? What is the whole? What's the missing number? What's the missing number? Oh, very clear. Thank you very much for that feedback. Very helpful. Come on, classy class. What is the whole number? Put it in for me. What is the whole number? What can you see? Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, so the whole number, as you've said, is 2,427. 2,427. If you put 2, that's fine, because sometimes it's not clear to see whether that is a 2 or a 7. Okay, another little brain teaser. I want you to do this quickly, but I want you to do it carefully. I want you to look at these numbers, please, and can you put them in ascending order? Ascending order. Ascending order. Ascending. Think about ascending. What does ascending mean? If you are ascending, you are going up. Put those numbers into ascending order. Ascending order. Put those numbers into ascending order. Type them into ascending order. So you have 6 numbers in ascending order. Can you put those numbers into ascending? That's right, smallest to largest. When you ascend the stairs, you go up the stairs. You ascend. You go up. Smallest to largest. So can you put those numbers? Smallest to largest. Smallest to largest. Smallest to largest. Now think about working systematically. Think about working systematically. Okay? Think about working systematically. So not random. Think about, if you're on the smallest number, what has to go first? The next number, what has to come next? Okay. You can do these on paper. I know, give me more time to write. Okay, okay. Don't worry about if it's too easy. You can always jump on the next lesson, okay? I don't want to make every lesson harder because the year 5 and 6 lesson is much harder. So if you are finding this lesson too easy, it's not a problem. Just use it to practice your maths and make sure you're confident, and then you can jump on to the next lesson, okay? So don't worry about that. Remember, there are 3 difficulties of lessons. So if your brother's doing that one, you can watch it with him, and you can, if you're not doing the chat, you can just do your work on your pen and paper. So let's have a look at working systematically. So we start with the smallest number first. We use the smallest digit first. 1 is the smallest digit. Then I do the next smallest digit. Okay, then I do my other 100 number, and I've got to flip them around. Then I put the next smallest digit first, which is the 2. And I go to the smallest, and so on, so on. So well done. You have to be careful. Can make lots of errors when we have got digits that are very much the same. Okay. So let us have a look what the time is. So I've got another brain teaser for you here. When we are counting, we can count in jumps of 1. We can also order our numbers into numbers that are called non-consecutive numbers. So they don't actually come one after the other. So can you type in a number that comes between these two numbers? Okay, just type in a number that comes between these two numbers for me. Just type in a number that comes between those two numbers for me. Yep, lots of different possibilities. It's not an infinite number of possibilities, but there are lots of different ones that can. Okay, now type in two numbers, non-consecutive, which is they don't come one after the other, two numbers between these numbers for me. Just give me two numbers that come in between those two. I don't want them to be consecutive, so not one after the other. So they don't, not a jumping up in ones. So can you give me two consecutive numbers? Two consecutive numbers. Okay. So they're going to have to be greater than 1,473 and less than 52,007. Less than 52,007. So let me just look what you're putting in. Let me see some of the suggestions. Now, the smallest number is 1,473. So somebody's put 420. No, 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 no. That can't be. It has to be bigger, greater than 1,473 and smaller than 52,007. Okay, got some nice answers coming in now. I want two numbers, two different numbers. Okay, if you finish, show me another two. Okay, well done. I really like the fact that you're showing me that you've listened and then you're having another try. So thank you very much for that. That's brilliant. Two different numbers, okay? And two numbers I want that are greater than 1,473 and less than 52,007. Keep those answers coming. Brilliant. If you've done two, give me another two. Oh, I can see some of you already done another two. Give me another two. Greater than, less than, greater than, less than, greater than, less than. Greater than, less than. Okay. Well done. Let's drop down and look at a little bit of rounding up. We're going to remember those consecutive numbers because we'll be using those in some other brain teasers that we're doing. Okay, rounding up. Somebody tell me the rule for rounding up when you are bang in the middle. So if I was between 20 and 30 and I was on 25, where would I go? If I was rounding up to the nearest 10, where would I go? Where would I go? If I was rounding up to the nearest 10, where do I go? Do I go up or do I go down? If I am on 25, where do I go? Up or down? You round up. Yeah, 5 to 9 goes up. Exactly. 5 to 9 goes up. So if I am 4 or above, I go down. If I am 5 or above, I go up. So somebody tell me then where I would go if I was on that number. Where would I go if I was on that number? Where would I go if I was on that number? Where would I go? I go up, yeah, but where do I go? What's the nearest 10? What's the nearest 10? What's the nearest 10 that I go up to? What's the nearest 10 that I go up to? Let me just move that just in case you can't see clearly. What's at the end of that? I go up to 50. Quite right. So let us have a little look at this now. Can you round up these numbers for me? Let's do this one first of all. Round up this number to the nearest 10. Round up this number to the nearest 10. So round up 163 to the nearest 10. Remember what we said. If it's 4 or 1, it goes down to the nearest 10. We've got lots of mistakes coming in there. To the nearest 10. So all of these numbers are between 160 and 170. Still got quite a few mistakes on there. So if we were going to round up 163, that's going to be about here. What is the nearest 10? What is the nearest 10? Okay, it is nearer to 160, not 170. So the nearest 10 is 160. Okay, the nearest 10. Let's have a look at the next number, 166. What's the nearest 10? Round up 166 to the nearest 10. 166 to the nearest 10. Round up 166 to the nearest 10. Now we're getting a little bit more accurate. I think it helped you with a visual. Goes to 170. Well done. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. 167. 167. To the nearest 10. 167 to the nearest 10. Okay, better. Right, let's have a look to the nearest 100. Let's have a look to the nearest 100. I'm going to give you a number and you tell me whether it is nearer to 500 or whether it is nearer to 600. Can you round 512 up to the nearest 100, please? 512 to the nearest 100. 512 to the nearest 100. Can you round up 512 to the nearest 100? To the nearest 100. Okay, not the nearest 10, the nearest 100. 512 to the nearest 100. Now 512 is going to be, because each of these is going to be a 10, so it's going to be around about here. So the nearest 100 is 500. It is nearer to 500 than it is to 600. It is nearer to 500 than it is to 600. Okay. So I'm going to give you another number to round up. I'm going to give you another number to round up. Okay. Can you round 556 to the nearest 100, please? 556. Is it closer to 500 or 600? 556. Is it closer to 500 or 600? Now remember our rules. Now it's not 160. Think about your typing. If it's in the middle, it goes up. If it's in the middle, it goes up. Okay. 550 would be the middle. This is 556. So it is nearer to 600. It is nearer to 600. It would round up to 600. Okay. Let's try one more and then I'm going to go on to thousands. Okay. Could you round 530 to the nearest 100, please? Is it closer to 500 or is it closer to 600? 530. 530. Is it nearer to 500 or is it nearer to 600? Okay. Now, there's 550 in the middle, and 530 is less than that. So 530 is about here. So it's going to go whoop, down to 500. So well done, those of you who got that correct. Now let's think about thousands. Is it closer to 4,000 or is it closer to 5,000? Is it closer to 4,000 or is it closer to 5,000? So let's have a little look. Is it closer to 4,000 or is it closer to 5,000? Okay, so I'm going to ask you to round this number up to the nearest thousand. I'm going to ask you to round this number up to the nearest thousand. Okay, can you round that up to the nearest thousand? Can you round that up to the nearest thousand for me, please? To the nearest thousand. Now somebody's put 400. Somebody's put 40,000. Just be careful. Well done. Well corrected. Well done. Okay. Okay. Well done. So the nearest thousand, that is all the way down here. It's not even 4,100. It's right the way down here. So it's going to run home to the 4,000. Let's just do one more. And then we're going to go on to something else. Okay. Can you round this number up, please, to the nearest thousand? Round that number up to me for the nearest thousand. Could you round that up to the nearest thousand? Round it up to the nearest thousand for me. Well done. Answers coming in. Fantastic. So it's almost bang in the middle, isn't it? 4,501. But we know the middle goes up to the 5,000. The middle goes up to the 5,000. Okay, let's get your brains working. Have a look at this little problem for me. Okay. A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. Okay, I'm not telling you what the whole number is. A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. What could that number be? Is there only one possibility? A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. What could that number be? A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. What could that number be? What could that number be? A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. Not 5,000, no, maybe that's a late number coming in. Okay, I've got some options coming in that are correct, yes. If you have worked them out, how many could there be? How many could there be? A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. A whole number is rounded up to the nearest 10. So what number could that number be? What could it be? So it's rounded up to the nearest 10. What could it be? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What could it be? So think systematically, okay? Thinking systematically. What could it be? There's the whole number. So if we put that whole number on a number line and we are rounding up to the nearest 10, then anything from 465, 466, 467, 468, 469 would go to 470, and anything after 471, 472, 473, 474, but it would end there because 475 would go to the next 10, which would be 480. So if you had 465, 466, 467, 468, 469, 471, 472, 473, 474, then you were correct. Okay? So if you have any of those numbers, then you were correct. I've got another brain teaser for you. Let's have another little look at this brain teaser. Let's just make sure that you're having a good look and you can see carefully. What numbers, how many different numbers could go in that box? So that box, the number is greater than 13 and less than 20. How many different numbers could go in that box? How many different numbers? I want the total number of numbers. I don't want you to list all the numbers. Just tell me how many numbers could go in that box. How many numbers could go in that box? Just tell me how many different numbers could go in that box. Somebody's very quick. Well done, well done. Somebody's got in there. How many numbers could go in that box? Okay, these are not sevens. This is a greater sign and a less than sign. Okay, these are not sevens. Let me just make that very clear. Greater than, less than. They are not sevens. How many numbers could go in that box? How many numbers could go in that box? Okay, some people have listed them. I just want you to put how many, the total number that could go in that box. And the total number is 6. So greater than 13, but less than 20. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 6 numbers could go in that box. 6 numbers could go in that box. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 6 numbers could go in that box. One more brain teaser before we have to leave. Let me just give you one more brain teaser. Okay. How many 2-digit numbers where the digits add up to 5 can you make? How many 2-digit numbers where the digits add up to 5 can you make? How many 2-digit numbers where the digits add up to 5 can you make? How many 2-digit numbers? Now, I didn't manage to make 6, so if somebody's made 6, I've missed one. Okay, so let's have a little look. So last brain teaser, the last one. So I have got my numbers written down there. Let's just see if you can see them. If not, I'll write them larger. I have got my numbers. So adding up to 5, I can do 50 because 5 and 0 is 5. I can do 23 because 2 and 3 is 5. I can do 32 because 3 and 2 is 5. I can do 14 because 1 and 4 is 5. I can do 41 because 4 and 1 is 5. I can't reverse these two round to make 6 because that would be 05, which is just 5. And that's not a 2-digit number. It's a 1-digit number. So 33, no. So you can make 5 numbers. 5 2-digit numbers where the digits add up to 5. Now, if I've missed one because somebody put 6, if you can find another one that I've missed, then please tell me. It's quite small, so let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me write these numbers a bit bigger. These are the numbers you can make. You can make 50, you can make 23, you can make 32, you can make 14, and you can make 41. Sorry about that. Let me write them a little bit bigger. Does that help and make it clearer? Okay, so yeah, it's clear now. So I'll just hold that up so that you can see if you didn't finish looking at that. That was a little brain teaser to just finish off our lesson. Thank you so much for joining, even though it is their Easter holidays and you might have thought, oh, no more work being set from school. But this is not school. I know your lovely teachers are setting you lots of things. This is us being together. And as I said at the beginning, I am loving having the contact with all of you. Thank you so much for joining. So from Rex and I, please remember to do your quiz. Yes, Rexy, I have told them. Remember to do your quiz. I haven't had any dot to dot sent in yet. Anybody who's managed to print a dot to dot off and do it and color it and send it in. I haven't got any to show you because I didn't have any. I've got one my mum did, so I could show you that one because she practiced for me. So I'll show you that one maybe next time. But please do your quiz. It's all there. And the link to the quiz will certainly be in the chat. Okay, the link to the quiz will come up in the chat and it will be sent in the email as well. So please do your quiz. Yeah, quiz time, quiz time. Please do your quiz. Please make sure you're subscribed, but I know you would have. Let's finish off with a well done from Rexy and me. Woo, 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 woo. And I will see you on Tuesday, where we are going to make sure you have not forgotten your times tables. Remember, by year 4, you have to know up to 12 times 12. And although this is year 3 and 4, I will still be going up to 12 times 12. So let's make sure that you do not forget them and that you let them slip because you're not actually at school. Hopefully, you're doing lots of practice. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on Tuesday. Please get your grown-ups to tell lots of other people to come and join us as well. But I really, really, really look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Thank you, lovely learners. Thank you for being with us. Take care. Have fun. Bye.